The Titanic Disaster, 1912, a complete story. One of the most compelling chapters in maritime history, the sinking of the RMS Titanic stands as an enduring tale of ambition, innovation, and tragedy. The Titanic was not only one of the largest and most luxurious ships of its era, but also a vivid reflection of early 20th century society's towering ambitions and oversights. With an educational focus, this account explores the story of the Titanic's ill-fated journey and its enduring historical impact, bringing valuable lessons to history enthusiasts. The Titanic was more than a passenger liner. It was an engineering marvel that showcased the height of technological advancement in the early 20th century. Built in Belfast, Ireland by Harland and Wolff for the White Star Line, it symbolized modern innovation and luxury. The ship measured an impressive 882 feet in length and a gross tonnage of 46,328, making it the largest afloat at the time. Its promise of safety was amplified by its state-of-the-art design, including 16 watertight compartments that earned it the nickname unsinkable. For elite passengers, the Titanic epitomized opulence. Accommodations included a grand staircase, a heated swimming pool, a squash court, Turkish baths, and even its own onboard dining halls and cafes. Second-class amenities rivaled first-class offerings on many other ships, and even third-class passengers traveled in unparalleled comfort for their category. However, this ambition came with shortcomings. Despite its capacity for 3,547 passengers and crew, the Titanic carried lifeboats for only about half that number, following outdated maritime safety regulations. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic departed Southampton, England, beginning her maiden voyage amidst great fanfare. Stops at Cherbourg, France, and Queenstown, now Cove, Ireland, followed before she set sail into the vast Atlantic en route to New York. The Titanic's passenger list mirrored the social stratification of the time, from influential millionaires to working-class immigrants seeking better futures. History enthusiasts can gain valuable insights into Edwardian social dynamics by examining these individuals. Some notable passengers include John Jacob Astor IV, a wealthy industrialist traveling with his young pregnant wife. Isidore and Ida Strauss, co-owners of Macy's department store, remembered for their devotion to one another as they declined to separate during the sinking. Molly Brown, a philanthropist who, through her bravery and advocacy, earned the nickname the unsinkable Molly Brown. These stories, among others, enrich the historical texture of the Titanic, offering glimpses into the lives, aspirations, and sacrifices of its passengers. The night of April 14, 1912, brought calm seas but treacherous waters. Despite receiving numerous iceberg warnings from nearby ships, the Titanic pressed forward at near full speed under clear skies, driven by the urgency to maintain her transatlantic schedule. At 11:40 p.m., lookouts spotted an iceberg in the distance. The warning bell was rung, and evasive maneuvers were attempted, but the ship's immense size and momentum made a collision inevitable. The iceberg scraped along the starboard side of the Titanic, puncturing its hull along 6 watertight compartments. The fatal flaw? The ship's design could endure flooding in 4 compartments, but 6 proved catastrophic. This moment, often analyzed by historians, underscores the consequences of overconfidence and the limitations of contemporary shipbuilding. The disaster unfolded rapidly. Captain Edward Smith, grasping the severity of the situation, ordered lifeboats to be launched. However, the Titanic carried only 20 lifeboats, enough for around 1,178 people, barely half the number aboard. Confusion and panic marked the evacuation process. Strict adherence to the women and children first rule meant many lifeboats departed with empty seats, particularly in first class, where social privilege led to priority boarding. Meanwhile, third-class passengers, hindered by physical barriers and a lack of access to lifeboat instructions, faced tragic odds. Yet bravery shone amidst the chaos. Crew members risked their lives to save others, and the ship's band famously continued playing to calm passengers. These moments of heroism against the backdrop of tragedy highlight both the best and worst of human behavior in crises. By 2:20 a.m. on April 15th, the Titanic's bow sank below the surface and the ship broke apart. Survivors described the harrowing scene of the stern rising vertically before plunging into the icy depths. Over 1,500 lives were lost, marking one of the deadliest peacetime maritime tragedies in history. For educators, this stage of the disaster serves as a poignant reminder of human vulnerability and the catastrophic consequences of unpreparedness. Amidst unimaginable loss, 705 individuals survived, thanks to the lifeboats and the timely arrival of the RMS Carpathia. Survivors endured freezing temperatures of 28 degrees Fahrenheit, -2 degrees Celsius, and harrowing uncertainty while awaiting rescue. For many, survival came at a heavy emotional cost, as loved ones were lost and future lives shattered. These survivors became witnesses to one of history's most devastating events, their accounts contributing to our understanding of the tragedy. The Titanic disaster catalyzed significant maritime reforms. Both British and American inquiries exposed critical flaws, including insufficient lifeboats due to outdated requirements, ignored iceberg warnings, exacerbated by the prioritization of passenger communications over safety alerts, excessive speed in dangerous conditions. These findings led to sweeping changes, including international regulations mandating lifeboat capacity for all passengers, the establishment of continuous radio communication standards on ships, the creation of the International Ice Patrol to monitor iceberg risks. For history enthusiasts, these reforms highlight how tragedies often serve as turning points in advancing safety measures. In 1985, oceanographer Robert Ballard and his team located the Titanic's wreck, lying nearly 2.5 miles beneath the Atlantic. The discovery not only answered lingering questions, but also preserved a tangible connection to history. Artifacts recovered from the site are displayed worldwide, fueling public fascination with the ship's story. The Titanic saga transcends its era. Books, exhibitions, and films, most famously James Cameron's Titanic, 1997, have illuminated the tale for new generations. For educators, such media offer accessible ways to engage students, sparking curiosity about the past. At the heart of the Titanic disaster are the personal narratives of heroism, sacrifice, and tragedy that humanize the event. Captain Edward Smith earned a place in history for his commitment to the ship, going down with it after ensuring others' safety. Thomas Andrews, the ship's designer, reportedly helped passengers escape and was last seen in the first-class smoking room. Wallace Hartley and the band played soothing music until the ship's final moments, demonstrating extraordinary composure. The human cost of the disaster is immeasurable. Families were forever torn apart, particularly in third class, where the logistical and social barriers to safety became insurmountable. This stark socio-economic disparity continues to resonate with modern audiences, offering a sobering reminder of historical inequality. The Titanic disaster remains a profound symbol of human ambition and vulnerability. Its story underscores the risks of overconfidence, the importance of safety regulation, and the fragility of life. For history enthusiasts, examining this event is a journey into the complexities of the human condition, our capacity for innovation, resilience, and above all, the ability to learn from our mistakes. By exploring the Titanic's legacy, we not only honor those who lost their lives, but also carry forward lessons that continue to inform our collective responsibility to prioritize safety, humility, and humanity.